So we're in Clovis, California. We just finished doing a little tank rebuild on this Mansfield toilet. Homeowner says it's about 30 years old. So anyways, on this one it had the fill valve had been replaced at some point because it was a corky, similar to this, a different design, but similar to that. The Mansfield original had the old brass arm that came over here to the big balloon, and that was the float. Kind of lifted the water up, so that had been repaired. Anyways, it was making some noises and water was draining. So what we've done is replaced it with a new Fluid Master fill valve, so it is filling and shutting off correctly. Additionally, at the bottom of this, let's see if I can get down there. You can see it. There's a pink and a black washer. So right at the bottom of these flush valves, it's like a tower type flush valve or canister style. The bottom's a little red gasket, and that tends to fall apart over time, and especially if you put any kind of cleansers, Clorox or chlorine tablets in here and whatnot. Anyway, so that one has been replaced, and then the fill valve. So original to the home is, well, not original, it seems like at some point this was replaced as well, because there's a shutoff valve down there. It's a quarter turn. Nobody put those on 30 years back, and it's a 3/8. Typically they had a 7/16 or a 1/2 inch there, so, and then a braided supply. Nobody used that either. It was the Quest tubing or the integrated stop and supply. Anyways, that is theirs. The supply line, the shutoff valve is theirs. Our scope of work was there was a noise and the water was draining, so we've addressed that on this toilet. We're gonna go upstairs and take a little video of it. Okay, so now we're upstairs. Just took a previous video, or the first portion of the video was the downstairs hall toilet. This is the upstairs hall toilet. I'm imagining they have a master bathroom as well up here, but we're in the hall bath. So this one, same thing. You can see the original arm, that's the plastic one. One downstairs had the brass. This did have the old float style long brass arm with a balloon over here for the float. So we replaced it with a Fluid Master fill valve, so it's filling and shutting down correctly. And then on this one, this piece here, I believe it was replaced at one point. And the reason I say that is at the bottom, normally you've got a little pink gasket, and that's what helps seal this portion. When it pops up, water drains and it lowers down, and the pink gasket seals at the bottom. And then below it you can see the black gasket down there. That helps seal the water in the tank from leaking out onto the floor. The pink gasket was not there, and they have a clear, it's a rubberized, but almost, it's a combination of a rubber and some other kind of plastic, and it's clear, so you can't see it. So this didn't take the same gasket down there, and so I think this fill valve, or this flush valve, had been replaced at some point with a newer version that didn't have that replaceable part. Anyway, so I mean, as long as this holds water, you're in good shape. Again, down here, shutoff valve and supply line, not ours, that's existing to the home. So this is the old 7/16 connection, multi-turn shutoff valve with a braided supply. So braided supply is newer. They didn't go in 30 years ago. They used plastic, or they were integrated stops and supplies. It's copper stub out, so it's compression, 5/8 compression by 7/16 by 7/8 ball toilet supply. So anyways, that's theirs. We don't warrant that, but we do warrant the fill valve. And then what did we do with this? We didn't do anything with this. We just left this one alone. So that's the scope of work: the downstairs bath and then upstairs hall bath. Outside of that, we are done.